Yes, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode with me, Luke, where we talk about all things crypto. So in today's episode, I'm going to keep it straight to the point. We're going to jump right into the technicals of Bitcoin only for today. And then over the week, I will answer the questions that some asked and thank you for your comments last Friday, asking me to take a deep dive into other crypto projects. So I'll do that this week. We will analyze the top, I think, 40, 50 and 60 coins that I will be looking into. I'll keep you updated with any major news events, and every day we will look at the technicals of Bitcoin. I hope you all had a good weekend. It's Monday 23rd, start of a new week in crypto, even though crypto never sleeps over the weekend. So in today's episode, I want to go over the bull flag that I predicted last Thursday, Friday. It played out, as you can see on the screen, perfectly, this bull flag. And I want to always be objective on this channel. I want to give you the bearish and the bullish news. Even though I'm a big bull for Bitcoin, I know that I'm certain over the next cycle, not financial advice, we're going to see a six-figure Bitcoin. If it follows the same pattern as the previous cycles, then for sure we will go past 100,000 over the next year or so. But like I said, I want to give you some bearish and some bullish news, which I'll be looking out for because I'm a swing trader. I don't trade on the daily. I didn't even trade this bull flag. And if I had done, I would have made, let's just take a look together. If I put a trade in at the breakout and let's just say 30,000 because that was my target, I would have made a nice 5%. And on Bybit, which I have a link in the description below if you want to trade this, I could have had leverage, let's say 10x would have made me 50% on that trade. However, we did come all the way up to here, so it's almost a 10% move, which we had, or we're having right now. So the last time I checked, we were around the 30,100, and now we've pumped up today, Monday 23rd, trying to retest the 31,000 level. So we'll take a look at the 31,000 level in a moment. But as you can see, this bull flag played out fantastically. I mean, we've hit the target, so now that is invalid. We've finished that. So I'm going to start. We're going to come to the bullish prices in a moment for my long-term trading positions. Because I don't day trade. I prefer to swing trade. That's just my method. It works best for me, and it has worked great for me over this past year. But you do as you wish. If you want to trade these small positions each and every week, then go ahead. Just put some risk management in it. Always put a stop loss. So for example, I didn't talk about the stop loss last week on this, which I should have done. I just completely forgot. So if you had entered this trade, just for those that are trading, and you got in around here, then you could have put your stop loss at 1%. You don't want to lose more than 1% of your portfolio. So that would have brought you back into this channel. Okay, and the risk to reward ratio would have been 5-1 on this trade. So that's a nice trade setup there. So you would have put your trade in here for the breakout. You put your stop loss 1% away from, just in case it wicks like it did here. It came back down to where you would have entered, and that way you don't get wicked out and then it carries on up. But you keep your 1% tight just there, just in case we do reverse. So good risk management, guys and girls, is essential if you don't want to get wrecked and you want to stay in the game a lot longer. Okay, so that's just some TA on this bull flag that we had, and always remember to have a stop loss if you're doing any type of trade and you don't want to get wrecked. All right, so let's look at the bearish news first, then we will jump over into the bullish aspect in just a moment. So if we jump back, let me just fit to the thingy. Okay, we zoom right out. All right, so I was looking at the CME gaps yesterday, and we do have a CME gap around, let me just draw it for you. The CME gap is around these levels. Okay, I mean, you can check the CME gaps on another website if you wish, even on TradingView, Bybit, you can check out the CME gaps there. Okay, so there is a CME gap here, and 8-9 times out of 10 they do get filled. Now that would mean we would drop from here, if it were to happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen, about 40%. Okay, can you see that happening? Who knows, anything could happen in Bitcoin, but it's something just to keep your eyes on. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but they tend to get filled sooner rather than later. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen from now to Christmas. Usually we do see pumps up until Christmas, but it wouldn't surprise me that this CME gap gets filled early next year, and we come straight back down to the 19 or 20,000. I don't think it's going to go lower than that, but after that we've got the Bitcoin halving, and then we do like a huge V-shape recovery back up to the upside. So that's one CME gap that I looked at. There is another one, and it is all the way back here. Okay, so we do have a CME gap at the 9,600 to the 9,000, almost 10,000. So it hasn't been filled yet, and usually, like I said, 8-9 times out of 10 these CME gaps get filled. Now again, I'm not saying that, and I personally don't think we're going back down below 10,000. No chance. It could be wrong, it could happen, but I just want to point this out to all the bears and the bulls out there, that this is still a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. I think most likely we would come back to the CME gap of the $20,000 level. Maybe if I use the weekly, it would be a lot better to visualize. There we go. Let's just move that there. Zoom in a bit. There we go. All right. So most likely we come back down to here more than this. I mean, I can't see us ever going back below 15K, to be honest. But I just want to point it out. And what's interesting is a pattern which could be forming right now, especially over the next few weeks or so. So what did I see yesterday? Well, yesterday I was looking at a previous, if we go back to my chart, there we go. I was looking at this pattern. Where are we? Here we go. So I was looking at this. Yeah. So we have a triple top. And this is bearish. This is not good. When we have a triple top, we usually see a major dump. Okay, and just for your information, this triple top, the dump that we saw, came all the way down from here. Text, what am I doing? So we came from what, $48,000, and we dropped all the way down to around 15,000. All right. Now, if we go back to our chart, are we forming a triple top? Let me just get rid of this. Are we forming a triple top? We have 1, 2, and potentially 3. Okay, so I am looking at this as being a potential triple top. That's if we don't head past the $31,500 level. If we pump with a substantial amount of volume and we get past the 31,000, heading towards the 32,000 with a lot of volume, and we go past it, then you can forget about this. It's fine, not a problem. Okay, but I just want to highlight, if we linger too long and we stay from now until Christmas and we just fluctuate in and around the 29 to 31,000 we come across, then January, February, I'll be looking into shorting before the Bitcoin halving. Because then we would probably be forming this triple top pattern. And this is just for me to swing trade this pattern. Okay, so I'm not saying this is going to happen, no, but what's interesting, if we zoom back, so let me just like that, take this. If we go back, and I'm going to take rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of that. Okay. Now, if we take our measurement from the top here all the way down to the bottom of that move, of that triple top, that was a 68% drop. Okay, that's a huge drop. Am I saying that this is going to happen with this potential triple top? No. But just out of curiosity, last night I was looking at this to see if it was a possibility. Let's do 68% from here. So let's imagine we do go around, so where is December? So December's here. And we'll hover in between the 30,000. Let's put it at 30. Yeah, well, let's just put it here, just for sake of argument. And we come down to the 69%, similar to the other one. Okay, I'm taking the same measurement. So if it were to repeat that pattern of the last triple top with this one, if we are seeing a triple top forming, then we could come all the way back down to, so this is a price target, and again I'm not saying this is going to happen, 9,493. Okay, why is this important? So remember this, 9,443, we come back to our CME gap of around the 9,000. That would get filled, which is amazing. I mean, yesterday I was looking at this, and this same pattern with the same movement down, if we were to repeat that, let me just go back, where was the pattern? The pattern was here, okay. I'm taking the same measurements, exactly the same as you've just seen. It would be 68-69% drop. That would basically come right back down to, it was around what, 9,400? That would fill up this gap. Okay, so I was looking at that yesterday. Now I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but it's just a possibility. So I thought that was interesting looking at that. Maybe I'm reading into it a bit too much, but I want to be, like I said, objective, looking at the bearish aspect, looking at those CME gaps. It's possible that that could happen. Okay, so what's interesting is that measurement takes out this CME gap of the 9,600 to the $10,000 level. To be fair, I hope it does go back down to 9K, because I'll just buy more, and it will be the best opportunity to accumulate more Bitcoin if we go back down to $9,000 or $10,000. Again, I don't see it happening. I don't think the big institutions will allow it to go right down to 9, 10K. I can't see it dropping below 20,000. That's why I'm leaning towards that this CME gap of the 20, 21,000 will most likely get filled before the next Bitcoin halving. And again, it's a great opportunity to buy if it does. So don't run away from Bitcoin. Again, not financial advice. If you see it drop that 69%, then that's telling, I mean, Bitcoin's telling you, buy me, come and get some of me. Okay, so you do as you wish, and I do what I want, but that's what I'm looking at for my next positions. So that's some of the bearish news. Let's jump over into the bullish. So what was I looking at? I was looking at this. It's not the best ascending triangle. All right, so we have this huge ascending triangle. Let's check out the weekly. Let's do it on the weekly. It's easier to look. Yeah, okay, we'll do it on the weekly. All right, so for those that are looking to long, like I am, I was checking out again this pattern. So yes, last night I was looking at the bearish and the bullish aspect. So we've got the crazy bearish news out of the way. You probably think I'm absolutely mental, but that's fine. But for me, I am more hopeful for this playing out. So if we have this ascending triangle pattern, let's take it from here, shall we? And look at, if we break out, let's say we're going to break out some point in the beginning of December, just my estimation. So what would this price target be? The price target would be between 43,000. Okay, and I believe that would be also the price target of this cup and handle that formed weeks ago. So we've got the handle here and the cup. Maybe that's invalid now because we've been lingering too long. But anyway, so I think that would be this exact same price now, or maybe a bit more. Okay, it was at 45k, so it's not that far off. Okay, so yeah, this ascending triangle, again, usually bullish. 80% of the time we go to the upside. That would be a price target of, and yeah, 43 grand. And I was predicting as well at the beginning of my show, not this one, a few weeks ago, that before the end of the year, we most likely come up between the $45,000 level. And so if we take this, the old cup and handle pattern, or this ascending triangle pattern, then this would bring us up to those levels that I spoke about. And I know other crypto YouTubers have spoken about similar levels. So what would that be percentage wise if you get the breakout? So again, just wait for the breakout. Okay, if you wait for the breakout, most likely you won't go wrong. Okay, have that plan of getting in during the breakout with sufficient volume. Use some indicators. I think this week I'm going to go over some of my favorite indicators, and I'll teach you some basic technical analysis. I'm not an expert like a lot of these YouTubers. I just try to do things, keep it basic and simple, and it usually works out for me. All right, so what would I do? And again, it's not financial advice. If we zoom out, zoom back in, sorry. So I'm just waiting for sufficient volume, and we have to get past the $31,500 level for me. As soon as we pump past this with sufficient volume, I will put in a long position, because then I believe we're going up to that target of 43,000 US dollars. Okay, so at the moment I'm just sitting on the sidelines. We could easily roll over, come back into this channel, and then form that bearish aspect that I spoke about at the beginning of the show. So just keep your eyes out on this. We do need to get past that, because we've got some key resistance here at that $31,500 level. If we continue to linger too long, then yeah, we could roll right over. But if we do have a substantial amount of volume, some bullish news, then get ready for a long position. So what would this price target mean for us if we, let's imagine we jump into it at 31,700 and we ride it all the way up to that target? It's 36%. It's incredible. If you're using Bybit, then you do a 10x, you've just made 360% on this swing long position. Okay, guys and girls, so that's just some bearish, bullish news I wanted to highlight today on Monday. Again, I'm more bullish than bearish, but I try to be objective, do a little bit of research, pull out different charts to look, and especially the CME gaps, which are very interesting to look at. But do your own research, please. Leave any comments in the comments section below. If you disagree with me, fantastic. If you're wanting some questions answered, again, just leave them in the comments section below. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow looking at the Bitcoin prices, the charts. Also, I'll jump back into, I think we're going to look at the top 40 cryptos, which I'll be DCAing into. And if I want to answer some of the questions as well this week that were sent to me last week. So guys and girls, enjoy your Monday morning or Monday afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you guys tomorrow.